Hey yo, welcome back to the show. This one's gonna be long, so we're just gonna jump right into it.
I don't know, man. Do you have to get ready for Nate Diaz? And then the UFC just say, hey, Hamzat, we love you. Come beat up this old man. When's the last time you won a fight?
If I put money on it, I'd probably go Hamzat.
No chance. He is a 0% chance. What's he gonna? He's not gonna out wrestle him. He doesn't even have the power to shut someone's light out on accident.
It's Nate Diaz's last card. Say kind of that'd be like you to Nate Diaz. Like,
Yeah.
Good luck negotiating after this.
You should have gave him a better fight, but I'll love Nate to get it done.
I don't even think Hamzat really has to get ready for it. He's probably just going to roll in, not even training, coming off the couch and just go and, destroy him.
Why would you fight anybody but the top guy if you're going to fight at all? So
all parties involved are well aware of this. Kate has, no joke, written to the mother of my children. She has written emails to her.
Yeah, I understand that.
Text messages. She had to block her address. We're at school. The school district had to block her fucking emails. She has sent anonymous mail to my house.
Yep, same thing.
Nobody cares. Like, literally nobody cares. Deb, they sent a goddamn T-shirt to my house with a QR code on it.
What's up, Playboy?
Rashana Buckley did that. They sent a T-shirt to it had a QR code on it. You scan it, it brings in some video about I'm a scumbag or something.
Yeah.
It's like I have never cared about a human being in my life as much as these individuals care about me. And it's bizarre. So she has a tendency to go after innocent people who have nothing to do with anything. And that would be family members of mine and friends of mine, okay? Who she believes, all of them are in extramarital affairs. According to her, I'm simultaneously like the ugliest guy in the world with the smallest red meat.
Biggest pimp, yeah.
And the biggest pimp. It's the weirdest dilemma that she has going on here. But it's far from that, trust me. And so she has basically thrown out a lot of names, like Tory Potato is one they like to say a lot. Sarah Roy, they like to throw that one around a lot. They throw out all these names. Kimberly Lynn, like they throw out all these names, and nope, never done that. Okay, so I'm
Tory. You haven't met like half these people in person.
Yeah, and like I tell them about it, I'm like, did you know we were doing a thing there? And she's like, we were? I didn't know that. Okay, I guess we were. According to them, they're putting this all out there. She's just obsessed with it. Like, it's freaking weird. And one woman in particular decided she's not going to take it anymore. Now, she's the victim in this case, and by policy, I don't identify victims' names. Okay, so I'm just going to refer to this person as the victim because that's just what they are. Now, the victim and I,
excuse me.
We're friends, and Kate would love to just dig in. And the reason, like, I don't put anything out there is like, Kate, if I announced things and made things official, whatever, to the world, like, Kate would just go in there and just be obsessed on that. Go into their families, start messaging their cousins. God knows what, and we don't need that. Okay, because that's insane. And she has done that to this individual. She has posted her pictures repeatedly. Risque pictures too, on her YouTube account and on her Facebook page. On December 13th, Kate made a post on the Masshole Report Facebook page, and it's still up there, I believe. She names the woman. She says where she lives. She describes the kind of building that she lives in, and she says the name of the street on there as well. She does all of those things. And so that's obviously concerning. Within a week, I get a message from my old friend, Chrissy Yakumovsky. And this message, guess what it said, Deb, in the message?
Probably says something like, Kate's a psycho. Oh man, dude, they had a sale here. You could get like an ounce of weed for $60 in Phoenix. I was like, that's not bad. $60, little man. Put that weed up in my hand. If that weed doesn't show to you, what am I doing? Damn it, I'm too distracted by weed. I was gonna say something. I think Kate's kind of crazy. Alright.
Do you remember this one? Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
So
it was a picture of something, and it's like, well, that's clearly caught. You don't remember this? Hold on, I got it here somewhere.
Probably. I don't know. It's been so many. I'm sure I will.
I know. I have so many freaking. I'm just gonna bring up all these pictures. I have so many pictures here that I just downloaded before this episode. Sorry, we were late.
You're a busy boy today.
Yeah, I'm always a busy boy. Let me see if I have it. Okay, here it is. Yep, I found it.
Did
First,
you get emails to the kids' schools? No, to your
There we go. What's
your
going
wife's school where she
What's
works,
going
right?
on, you guys? How's everybody doing?
Communication.
How is everyone?
yeah,
What is
Kate's,
going
yeah,
on?
it's like, and it's just like, why would a principal, like she CC'd principals on it. It's like, why do you think, like, who do you think you're, okay.
This woman has done the same thing to me. She's emailed me. She's contacted my friends, my family, previous investors, previous coworkers, contacted people who knows from, I mean, every person I've ever known she's contacted to harass me.
Let me show you this. All right. So, no, not the kids' school. No, not the kids' school. So this is like, she sends this message. This is like right afterwards. And this is the victim's house. Okay. And see that white, see how it's like a white car in the background thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Leah Genduso's house.
Shell coded 70 disconnected.
Yeah, that's Leah Genduso's car. And so literally they sent someone there. Okay. And so that's freaky. And it's just like, why are you so obsessed with people that, whatever, like it's none of your business. And she is also, what else did she do? She just kept posting this person's thing, right? Her pictures up. And so I let it be known that like, we're not talking. Okay. You won, you can stop. And they kind of died down. Well, this individual happens to be a victim of Chrissy Yakimovsky too. So she testified at her court date in late July, and Kate saw that, and that inspired Kate to be like, well, let's start stalking this girl again, and let's start harassing this girl again. She put her in fear. This girl filed a police report with the Boston police on January 5th because Kate claimed, I believe the exact audio is, we know where she lives. Aiden, you told somebody that I wouldn't find out where she lives and I wouldn't have the balls to go to her house. Well, you are wrong on both fronts, son. And we have that audio. It was presented into evidence. And so that's like a very threatening thing. And then a couple days later, someone shows up at the house. So you tell me. So that's a lot of things add up there. And so finally, this woman is just said 9 months of this shit, enough is enough. And this was brave because, you know, when you do this, when you put yourself out there like that, you know that you're going to become fodder for this woman. Like she's a psychopath. You know that she's going to put you up on there for whatever that's worth. And these guys have to understand, nobody cares. Nobody watches Kate Peter. Nobody's heard of her.
I have intel that she's streaming right now, and she just showed photos and brought the victim's name up again.
Oh.
That's real good.
So that's smart. So that's definitely going to help her. So, so this individual went to the police and or went to the court and got filed for a harassment order and harassment prevention order. And to do that, you have to have 3 instances of harassment. They have to be malicious, and they have to put fear in the victim. Well, guess what? She had at least 3, and that can, like, posting someone's address and information. That's contact. That counts. That's harassment. Like that definitely counts as it.
Can someone do me a favor and post Smile Kyle's link to his YouTube page in here? One of the moderators named Smile Kyle. I need to see the link to his YouTube page. If you guys would, someone post the link in here so I can click on it and see it.
And she has addressed this woman by name several times before on her whatever. She has posted her intimate photos before and all this stuff. And it's just like, when does this end? So this person's like, goes down, tries to get an order, explains her case, and gets the order ex parte. That hardly ever happens. And so there was about 2 weeks off until her next hearing. And all you have to do during those 2 weeks, I've had stupid temporary orders put on me. When Janetti got an order on me a year ago, a stupid one, if you'll recall, Deb, there was a live show in which I let Brett do all the talking whenever we talked about Janetti. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, Mark Radazzi is advising me, don't talk about him. Just be on the safe side. Just temporary, whatever. And then, okay, so I didn't talk to her. She's incapable of doing that because she's so obsessed with me. She thinks she has to like prove that like, you're not going to silence me. She thinks I'm behind this all. I'm not. And I want to be very clear, Kate. You have gone out of your way, think about this, to hurt people. whose only crime is what? Being associated with me? Like that's their crime? You think they should be punished for that? You've hurt innocent people. What did this person do to you? Nothing. They did nothing to you. And you've intentionally tried to damage them psychologically, drive them into a hole mentally. You didn't care about causing fear in this individual. You didn't care about any of that because you're like, I'm getting back to Aiden. That's how I'm doing this. And this person decided that she was going to go down and get this. And she had all the evidence. She had the instances of posting about her, the pictures. She had the malice, obviously. This is all malicious. What else is it? And she had the January 5th police report in which it specifically said the victim is in fear. Done. So it gets granted on the spot, 2 weeks. And Kate can't stop talking about this. She keeps talking about it. And the other night on her program, I have so many videos here.
We got a call from them. They said them, plural, because I know it's Aiden calling too. Did you schedule a video for September 3rd? Yep. He's like, are you still going to broadcast it? Yep. First Amendment. Have a nice day.
Yeah, the thing about, so basically she's like telling the cops, like, yeah, I'm not going to take anything down. Fuck you. I'm Kate Peter.
The one who disseminated them, right?
And so she's like very obsessed with, and she basically tells the police, like, she thinks she's untouchable. Like, I'll just keep doing this. And as long as I don't directly contact this individual, I'll be golden. But then she went ahead and she did this. Okay, let me play this for you. This is the part where she screwed up on.
I will not have to take down your pictures because it's not covered under a harassment order. I don't give a fuck. The only
I'm not going to take down whose pictures?
her.
Your pictures. She's talking to the victim there. That's direct contact. That was a fuck up when she did that.
Pictures are up is because Aiden is in them. You are expendable, changeable. Your face here situation. It could have been anyone in those pictures, right? The fact is that Aiden is constantly engaged in extramarital affairs, and you're putting it out there because that's what he does to everyone else. If you really don't want other people involved, Aiden, stop saying that my children motherfucking molest each other for some.
All right, so there you go. So she's not. So that right there is what's called a violation of a harassment prevention order, and the Boston police were made aware of it, and they have filed a criminal complaint that will be heard in front of a clerk magistrate. Or maybe a summons. I don't know exactly how this works. The judicial system moves slowly. But pro tip, if you have a hearing coming up and you violate your order before the hearing and the police file a criminal complaint against you, that is not good for your case, okay? And so today she had her hearing and she's been basically violating this order nonstop for the last 2 weeks. So I get there around, I don't know, by the way, the traffic Worcester to Boston in the freaking pouring rain. Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun. Let me tell you. It took me like 2.5 hours. Great. But I got there and I get in there and the victim is there and I'm not sitting with the victim because this is her show. I'm just there to observe. I like to report on criminals. This individual, Kate Peter, is a criminal. We're there to report on that and see what happens. And she has an attorney, a really sharp lady by the name of Katie Faye. And funny story, Deb, about a year ago, her daughter was featured on Turtle Boy for a good reason. Her daughter came on the live show. I'll save that for another day. Really, yeah, real sweetheart. The dad is a scumbag, but you guys can figure out what story that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so they're there together, and I'm just there to watch. So I'm sitting there at the bench, and all of a sudden, who do I see in the hallway? Deb.
Who did you see?
That would be a gentleman by the name of Jose DeCastro, aka Chili DeCastro. Now, I don't know this guy, but I've seen him a million times. I have spoken to him before through Lauren Laguna. She tried to get us to like talk to each other. And I mean, I was very honest with Chili when I told him, I'm like, I'm not a fan of what you do. I don't like your anti-police bias. I disagree with it completely. And it was weird because we kind of like agreed to disagree on that. And I'm just like, as
adults too.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever your issues are with Kate, they're yours, okay? I'm not going to collaborate. That's not what I do. I'm not one of these like enemy of my enemy is my friends things because I represent myself and only myself. I've learned over time that like the more people you attach to your brand, the more they can harm your brand. Not saying you would necessarily, but like I can only control myself, and so I don't want anyone else attached to my brand but me. And so, and that's fine. But as it turns out, he is filing a lawsuit. Did you know this, against Kate?
Oh, I think I heard rumors of that.
Yeah, he's filing like a defamation lawsuit against Kate and Josh Abrams, who I guess they don't like each other now. And it's in federal court because he's from like West Coast. Mm-hmm. And so he came to Boston to do it, and he's got to serve Kate. And so he was watching my show when I mentioned that she has court date 9:00 on Tuesday. She has not been talking much about this court date because she knows she's in trouble. She's in a serious situation. She had to pay for a lawyer for this shit. So anyway, or where was I with this stuff? I'm like telling crazy stories.
You distracted me, dude.
Yeah. So anyway, so Chili DeCastro, he shows up there, and I'm like, okay. He brought a guy with him who was wearing sunglasses the whole time. Interesting character. I shit you not. They came down and they sat next to me, okay, on this bench. We were on like a side bench, and there's like looking at all the benches in the middle. And he sits down next to me, and then I get a text message from him.
What the fuck? Is he like a secret agent or the Terminator or something? That's how I imagine him walking in, like the Terminator, all like expressionless, just walks in, just like staring straight ahead, kind of just searching for his objective. He's scanning the room looking for Turtle Boy. It's like, there he is. Goes and sits right next to him. He's like sending a text message. He's like, bro, don't look over at me. I'm your friend. I'm here to help you. And fucking Turtle Boy's like, am I in a movie right now? Is this a movie? You know? I think there is one. Something like Master of Disguise. I don't know. He pretends to be Turtle Boy or something. Yeah.
Because I have his number through Lauren.
Since you guys, plan to meet up and are best friends.
Yeah, and he goes, are you here?
Turn left.
I'm like, dude, I'm right here, dude. He's like, oh, you're Turtle Boy. Like that's how well we know each other. He's sitting next to me. He didn't know it was me. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, and so he's like, is she even here? I'm like, yeah, that's her over there. And so he goes over there and he attempts to serve her. And it doesn't go very well because like a court officer jumped in, and then I don't even know what happened. He got spoken to and he had to go back to his seat. And I told Chili at that point, I'm like, don't take this the wrong way. No offense, but I'm going to go sit over there. And I went and sat in the back row because I'm like, I want to make it very clear to anyone, like I'm here to watch the court proceedings. I'm here, and that's it. I'm not here to like participate in whatever your issues with her are your issues, my issues are mine. And we're going to keep them separate. It happens to be worlds colliding right now in this courtroom, but we are completely separate. So I went and sat somewhere else. And then the other guy with the sunglasses there, he attempts to serve her. And while he's doing that, Chili's taping it. And they both get yelled at for that because you can't tape in a courtroom. And then he starts yelling about how you can tape in a courtroom. It's Constitution. And so they get escorted out. I don't know what the hell happened out there. It was a long conversation. It took like 15 minutes. But then the judge makes an announcement. He goes, I want you to let whoever you kicked out, I want you to let them back in. This is an open courtroom and anyone can be here. Like he went out of his way to be like, I want Chili in here. I'm like, okay, this guy follows the rules. He's a strict constitutionalist. I like that. So if I didn't even get the judge's name, to be honest with you, but he seemed pretty fair. And we heard a couple other orders before that. And then it was time for the victim to go up with Krusty Panties. Now, if you were Krusty Panties in this, what would your defense be, Deb?
Hey, believe it or not, there's guys that will buy women's panties on the internet. You just wear them, they get a little crusty or whatever. They probably love that shit. Who knows? Yeah. It's if YouTube doesn't work out, you could probably make $100 a pop, just selling crusty panties. Who the hell is he calling crusty panties? Is he talking about Kate? I'm not sure. And how does he know the condition of her panties? Why is he telling us about her panties? Why is he trying to make us think about all that? They'd be like, why are you referring to her, underwear and shit? He'll be like, oh, let's call Turtle Boy Shit Stain. It'd be like Shit Stain and crusty panties. Flaky panties and Shit Stain. Smudgy Shit Stain are battling, you guys. They're battling each other.
What would your defense be?
That I wanted to embarrass Aiden and not you, and you're just there.
See, that wouldn't be a good defense, though. I mean, that's what
you didn't ask me for a good one. You just said a defense.
I struggle with this, and that's why I'm like, if I was, she hired a lawyer. Yeah. It was like a Walmart lawyer. It wasn't a good one. It was this young feminist-looking chick who said she was scared of me for some reason.
The one to hang out in front of the courthouse begging for work.
Dude, I'm wearing pants. I never wear pants. These have a button on them. I don't even have an elastic band on these waistbands. Dude, this is serious. I'm not here to get in a fight. Trust me. I'm not gonna beat you up, lady. I promise. Jesus Christ. I'm not a massage therapist. Okay, I'm not gonna do anything to you. She was not good. Okay, she thought she was, but it was very clear that I think Kate has been giving her misinformation or not the whole story because she seemed caught off guard. The lawyer seemed somewhat unprepared. I did apply to get the testimony. Hopefully we'll have it in a couple days and we'll be able to play it. But like Delete Lawz says, that judge gave me a ton of leeway. He did. I mean, he was very by the book. I've never seen someone get kicked out of a courtroom before and then the judge orders them back in. It was bizarre.
Yeah, that's weird. Usually you're out, yeah.
So they get up there and they start doing their thing, okay? And they start, it starts off with the victim and she gave her whole statement. And let me tell you, dude, it was powerful. It was legitimate, authentic tears coming from, you could feel the pain in her voice about what this woman has done to her. And like you said, Deb, it's the collateral damage aspect of it, which Kate has admitted on her thing before. She's literally said, you're just collateral damage. We got the clips. She said that. Yep. You're just collateral damage. And so she's crying and she's up there and it's not good. It's a legitimate, authentic cry. And that matters to judges, because you tell, because you have to have legitimate fear. And that, what you saw, it was not an act. It was very legitimate. And so Kate, she's just standing there, all 6'2" of her. And, the lawyer for the victim is explaining her side of the story and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And then it's Kate's attorney's turn and she starts explaining her side of the story. Now, so much freaking happened. This was an hour-long thing. I tried to write down as much as I can, but I would say that the argument of the main crux of their argument is Monica Lewinsky. That is what Kate was going, that was her primary argument, was that I'm a public figure, akin to Bill Clinton.
Just like Bill Clinton.
So therefore, anyone
just like
who
Bill
they
Clinton
perceive to be involved in my personal life or extracurricular affairs, right? Any individual involved in that could get the Monica Lewinsky treatment, throwing name out there and blah, 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 blah. Except I'm not Bill Clinton, okay? It's what?
Bitch, I don't even have a blue check mark on Twitter. Fucking call me.
Yeah, and nobody posted Monica Lewinsky's news. Nobody did anything like that. Nobody posted Monica Lewinsky's address. That never happened, okay? So there's a little bit different.
So
that was her primary argument with this. And they asked, they got to cross-examine the victim. And it did not go well, because you do not want to badger a victim who's crying already, okay? It is a bad look. Even if you're a female attorney and you have a female client, when your female client is 6 foot tall, it's not good. And so she began asking, kind of hinting at her, you are a victim, but you're really victimized by Aiden Carney. She wanted to make this entire thing about me.
Yep, she tried to make it all about Aiden.
Single time that my name was brought up, or Turtle Boy's name was brought up, which was almost every sentence. Their entire plan was just to talk about me, like you mentioned. Like that was their plan. And the victim's attorney just said, objection, relevance. And it was like immediate. Sustains, objection, sustains, objection, sustains, like all of them. And it was just like, so every question that they attempted to ask was just cut off midway, and you're not going to talk about that. Because they kept talking about like, they kept asking her, like, are you, like sexually active? I don't know. She's like, have you had sex with him? Like, have you done this with him? Like all these horrible, like
your fucking business.
Yeah, like this, like, and it's just like, so your plan is to slut shame the victim, and you think this is going to work out well for you?
She lost. It did not go
well. You
well.
paid for this Walmart attorney? Jesus Christ! Like that was the plan.
It wouldn't be seen as slut shaming because it was a woman attorney, but like
yeah, but she just gave it to her. And so one of the first questions she asked.
You guys do me a favor. Everybody hit the like button real quick. See the like button right here. Just reach down, hit the like button just real fast. Good to see you, Gloria. Good to see you, Todd. How's everybody doing? Hit the like button real fast. 60 likes. Just hit the like real fast. Just take a second if you would, please.
Nate, were you surprised that John Jones tested positive?
Everybody's on steroids.